trapped in Labubu's evil prison as a toy collectible, and I need to escape. Look at him dancing there. He's like, I got a new collectible toy. Now you will be the one that is collected. Ha 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 ha. No, please, Labubu. Little does he know though, guys, there's actually an escape from this prison. And we're gonna be getting out of here today. Look at there's one of the Labubus there. I wonder if I can collect them while on my way to escape. Well, we're gonna find out, but first I need to tell you what happened. It was a terrible, terrible day in my household. I just brought back my latest Labubu. It was a rainbow Labubu with a super large mouth. Even though most Labubus have a super large mouth, but this one was larger than most Labubus. And it had spikes on its head. It was like a super duper rare Labubu that I actually hadn't seen before. And I was like, oh yes, I've got myself a super duper rare Labubu. Oh my goodness, speaking of Labubus, he kind of looked like that one, but less evil. There's so many Labubus here. Can I morph as them? No, dang it. But yeah, I brought him home and I'm like, I've got a brand new Labubu. And my mum saw it and she was like, yeah, that looks amazing, Blocky. Let's put him with the other ones. And so I put him on my shelf with all the other Labubus. There was blue Labubu and pink Labubu and night Labubu and wizard Labubu and Boo Boo Labubu. He's a dinosaur. And then I put him on the shelf and I went to bed. The next day that I woke up, guess what? That Labubu had disappeared. I was like, Mum, did you take my Labubu, the one I just got? She said, no. I asked my dad, he said no, and I asked my brother, guess what he said? No. He had no idea, we had no idea where the Labubu went. And so I started getting a bit worried, because I've seen my horror films. I know that out there can be some creepy dolls that start to get a bit wacky and they go kind of insano style. And I just brought one back, and also it was a doll that I'd never heard from before. So I started looking for it. And guess where I found it? I found it in the middle of a closet inside the house. Just with a bunch of other random stuff like boxing equipment. And I was like, okay, that's a bit weird. So I went back. Oh, it's a trap, Labubu trap. I went back and I put it back with my collection. And then a day went past and I went and I had to go and play with friends. I had a friendly gathering, a friendly meetup. And I came home and it was gone again. And this time I started getting worried because that night, my parents and whole family were out. It was creepy. And so I looked around and it was back in the cupboard again. Where I found it last time. And so I put it back in my collection, but this time I got a little rope and I tied the rope to the Labubu. Oh my goodness! That's a creepy Labubu! That's a spooky Boo-Boo! I tied the rope to the Labubu and I tied it to one of my other Labubus. The Boo-Boo Labubu. The Boo-Boo Doo-Boo Loo-Boo Goo-Boo Gaboo-Boo. The Ooga Booga Boo-Boo. That's the caveman one. And then I went to bed. And that's when in the middle of the night, I heard a giggling. I look over towards the cupboards where all my Labubu collection was, and guess what? The rope was there, Boo Boo Labubu was still there, but the Labubu that I just got was gone. And I could hear scampering, running around my bed. It freaked me out like no other. And so I got up and I started looking around. And oh, dang it. I thought I saw something running under my bed, so I look under my bed. And it was nothing. I look in my cupboard. It was nothing. And then out the window, I hear tapping on my window. I look outside the window, and there it is. The Labubu's come to life. And I'm like, you can't do that, Labubu. You're in my collection. Come here. And so I jump out of the window, and I run after it. And I keep following it, and it leads me into this pothole on the street. So I run, and of course, I'm not letting that Labubu get away. So I go down that pothole. But that was the worst mistake I ever made. Because the pothole didn't have a ladder. I literally just fell for what felt like 10 minutes. And into this like bright green goo. And then when I got touched by the bright green goo, everything started slowly going weird. And then I woke up, and here I was, in the Labubu prison. With Labubu, the normal Labubu, as the prison guard. So I'm worried. Because I have a feeling that the other Labubu is still in the real world. So I'm gonna need to beat this Obby in order to get to the real life Labubu and take him down. I am using every skill that I've learned throughout my many years of prison escapes in order to stop this evil Labubu escape. So, don't worry. Everyone else's Labubu should be fine, but my Labubu, for some reason, must have been cursed. That's why you gotta make sure every Labubu you get is indeed the real one. Otherwise, it could be an evil one that's gonna bring you into the Labubu prison. Which, to be fair, isn't that bad. Like, there's many worse places to wake up. Like, you could suddenly wake up in the middle of the Amazon rainforest with no idea what to do. Like, what would you do then? You just get eaten by something. Like, I don't want to get eaten by a snake. Or by the giant spiders. No, thank you. Or you could just wake up in the middle of the moon. Then how are you gonna breathe? The moon doesn't have oxygen. You'd have to hold your breath, but that doesn't work either because of the pressure. So, yeah, pretty much you're doomed if you're on the moon. Unless you have a moon spacesuit. Like the astronauts did. Does anybody want to go to the moon nowadays? Do you know, there used to be a whole thing about people wanting to go to the moon. Anyway, there's more important matters to think about here than going to the moon, guys. We have been trapped by a giant spooky Labubu baby. I can't stick around like this. I need to be on guard. These Labubus are deadly and devious. Oh my goodness! It's Chief Labubu! It's... What? I didn't know she had that song. Listen to that song. Since when did Labubu have a music song? I'm gonna have to turn it off. This must be one of Evil Labubu's evil creations. The Labubu song. Labu, 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 labu. I'm getting hit in the face by hamboos. Hamburgoos. Oh my goodness, that Labubu just exploded. I should have known that Evil Labubu would plant explosives inside of his fellow Labubu friends. These cruel, evil, maniacal maniacs. I will put a stop to their silliness once and for all with the power of Blocky. Oh, that was very nice. So did you see that, guys? That was beautiful. I just fell over and I went and had a nice little seat. I was like, let me sit my comfy bum on the comfy ground. And I totally just fell down there accidentally. Good going, Blocky. Excellent job. Oh, I'm free. This is the exit. No! He pranked me! The evil Labubu has generated more of the realm. More evilness. For all I know now, he could be turning all the other Labubus evil in my collection. My very, very big collection on the shelf. How many Labubus have you guys collected? You know what? You know, I used to collect something called Beanie Bears. I don't know if you guys ever heard of Beanie Bears, but oh my goodness, I loved Beanie Bears when I was a kid. And Labubus are basically the new Beanie Bears. Like, Beanie Bears were just basically these cute little bears which would have different outfits. Like, one would be a princess, another would be a knight. And you know what? Beanie Bears never went crazy and turned into an evil monster that trapped me inside a prison. Unless there's a Roblox Beanie Bear prison escape. I don't even know if there is. Guys, is there a Roblox Beanie Bear prison escape? I don't know. But from what I can tell, they're not evil. They wouldn't do that sort of thing. And I used to love them so much. I got like a rainbow monster one, and there was a pirate one too, and he was like, "Yar, I'm a beanie baby. Yar!" Oh my goodness, there he is! It's the evil Labubu! Oh my goodness, I gotta take him out. He's singing the Labubu song of doom! It goes Labubu, Labubu, boo, 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 Labubu, your doom! That's how the Labubu Doom song goes. Oh my goodness, guys, watch out. If he catches up to us, we are completely doomed. Oh, yes, yes. We're so close. Yes. Oh my goodness, guys, we did it. Look at him. We're sending him back to Labubu heaven. And now, time to escape in our SWAT van. We're finally going to be rid of this dream. Let's get out of here. I'm coming to collect you, IRL, evil Labubu. And this time, I'm not falling for any potholes or any teleportation nonsense you give to me. I'm sending you to the big Labubu in the sky. Do they have like an angel Labubu? Like a god Labubu? And he's like, hello, evil Labubu. I am God Labubu. You've done a lot of evil things. You're not getting into heaven, evil Labubu. You're a very naughty fellow. You're going straight into the ground. And then evil Labubu's like, no, please, I let him escape the prison. Sorry, you kidnapped him in the first place. Just because you let him escape, it doesn't help. He's like, no! And he was forever forced to be a janitor. A janitor Labubu, except that's just a dream. It's not actually what happened yet. But maybe we'll make it happen when we escape again. Oh, look at that evil looking Labubu. That might be in Labubu Escape number 2. Guys, smash like and subscribe if you want to see more crazy videos like this one. And I'll catch you in the next one. Blocky!